SEC Network Extra. Hello, everybody, and welcome inside historic Cameron Indoor Stadium alongside Chris Spatola. I am Ryan Craig, seconds away from tip-off between Duke and Northwest Missouri State. The annual, by the time they come into Cameron Indoor Stadium, 4 or 5 guys are off the roster because they've exhausted their eligibility. Bearcats a little starting 5. Six on the shot clock. Kick out to Moore, open 3. Ryan Welty, phenomenal three-point shooter. Just had his hands on the ball a moment ago. Bernard, a bit too anxious that time.
Position at the D2 level. Had a phenomenal freshman year. It was his redshirt freshman season. Look at this. They just know.
Jones, disruptive on the defensive end. We'll tie it at 2.
But this is the plays he has to make. Settle down, just make basketball plays. He's so good defensively. Whether or not he makes a shot or scores the basketball, it's got to be off of.
The freshman, highly touted, but for the first time playing against an actual opponent here in Cameron, maybe jazzed up a little bit. Jack White with the finish. The floor. All new 5 for the Blue Devils. Javin DeLaurier, Jordan Goldwire, Justin Robinson, Alex O'Connell joining Stanley. Blue Devils see Robinson take a 3. He can hit that shot
that a lot of these other guys don't bring. He talks, he's veteran, and he plays with effort and energy.
Goldwire kicks it to O'Connell. O'Connell into the lane. DeLaurier inside with the finish. 1 of 5 from the floor so far for the Bearcats. Three-pointer is good.
And what a good, and they play in a good league. That MIAA is good. I mean, Mizzou Southern's good, Washburn, Fort Hays State, they're good teams.
West, 2 for 3 now from distance for the Bearcats. 11-8 the score. Blue Devils with their original 5-man unit back on the floor. Carey able to outwork 3 different Bearcats to come up with the offensive rating
for him. I mean, there it's just an extra effort play using that size. He's got great hands and great feet, and he's 6'10". I mean, it's a great place to start. Now he's got to find that consistent motor.
Good ball movement inside.
A lot of ball screens. Their spacing is outstanding.
Long 3 for Welty is good. See what Trey Jones orders up here for his team.
Throw it to Hurt. There it is.
Yeah, kept the ball high and finished inside.
The ball's there with a smaller guy.
Hurt had 9 points during the countdown to craziness scrimmage. Hudgens, the fall.
I think part of what they're going through right now, there just hasn't been a lot of separation 1 through 10.
Trey Jones hits it. Bernard, Jones with the steal.
Last year, and until he proves he can hit that. But I think he's been much more under control. He's allowed things to come to him, and he's run the team.
Nice finish inside.
And score in a lot of different areas. Matthew Hurt. What a terrific player.
DeLaurier pretty good defense that time on Hawkins. Comes to Welty though. Three-pointer is good.
And Duke has one more turnover. So I mean, it's, you know, Northwest.
Inside. Done well to this point. You always sum it up well, though. Let's be honest.
Thank you.
I mean, that Goldwire takes it away from Bernard.
Nice.
Jones
At least early in this season. What a defensive play this was. Just rips it, give me that, right out of his hands. In the other direction, heads up play to a streaking Trey Jones.
Jones misses the free throw. It's a rebound for the Bearcats. Moore, nice double team. No more with the finger roll finish. Three of his own in the first half. Those two combining for 7 of Duke's 10 here in the opening 20 minutes. Hudgens works against Goldwire. Step back three for the lefty is good.
The point guard will be interesting. But there's not a whole lot definitive, I think more so in the middle of this league than anything else.
Nice start for Hudgens. Hurt down low. Couldn't finish on the spin move. Gets his own rebound. Kicked out to Trey Jones. Hurt for three now.
Well, that's the question you have early on. If it is Carey and Hurt, nice pass there and a really good cut by Gold.
32-24 Blue Devils here, early stages of the second half. Jones tries to turn the corner, high off glass. Coach McCollum lovingly described his athleticism as violent. Said he, kind of reminded, he made sure to say, look, it's a poor man's version, certainly, but it's very kind of a Russell Westbrook style of athleticism when he plays the game. Deep three for Moore, misses the mark. Jack White inside.
Wide open.
Duke by a baker's dozen here. Hudgens with an easy two. Going back to Hurt on the elbow. Fights through three different defenders and finishes. Hudgens against Hurt. Hawkins for three. 7th three-pointer for the Bears. Broke the Duke single-season record for assist to turnover ratio at over 3.5, plus 3.5 in that regard. Now on the break, 4-on-2 for the Blue Devils. O'Connell with two hands.
And again, they haven't scored well in the half court, but they've done a nice job in transition.
Now Jones will call a set play in the half court. Stanley, corner three. That one is good. Good off-ball movement that time.
On the perimeter can be a very, very good defensive team.
Hurt with a nice finish over Hawkins inside.
Well, Zion Williamson and R.J. Barrett were, I guess, technically freshmen, but they didn't play young, and they didn't look young, frankly. This group has talk a lot. There's not a lot of energy coming from them, and there was once a day and time where for freshmen that was okay. Like you learned that, and I just think, early on, especially with Florida, like we've seen, is going to have to be a big part of their identity.
Hawkins brings the Bearcats back within 16. Hurt has been the focal point of the offense here the last couple possessions. They go to him again, manages to get it over to Delory.
Their care of the ball. They don't have a turnover in the second half.
Welty against Hurt, finishes off glass. (52-36). That elbow action you were talking about. Jones, the reverse layup. We drop below 8 minutes to go here in the second half. Hawkins fakes the dribble handoff to Hudgens. Kick out from Bernard. Welty hits the three. Bit of a mismatch here. Hudgens guarded by Hurt beyond the three-point line.
Pass. Nice block. That unlike anybody else really on this team. And that's where Zion, I mean, guys just fed off it. And obviously his plays, his highlight reel stuff like that would create a buzz. Playing time if you're Joey Baker. Start doing things like this. And there's that play. And certainly if you're Joey, it would help doing this. But you know what?
Goldwire is going to end up playing probably the 4th most minutes of anybody for the Blue Devils as he
really productive. I mean, that was a nice play right there.
4 points, a rebound, pair of assists, 4 steals. Baker nearly able to step into the passing lane that time. Kick out from Bernard to Hudgens for 3 with ball movement for the Bearcats. And the steal by Hawkins. Nice finish, coast to coast. Second best single season total in school history.
On both elbows, and he scored from both.
The 3 from Hawkins is good. He thought he was hit on the... Duke has just about a third of his points off turnovers.
He's climbing the ladder right here, and to do it without fouling. What a defensive play, because Bernard had turned the corner. I mean, he had all. So you put so much pressure on you guarding your matchup, keeping the ball in front.
White now switched on to Hudgens. Tries the 3. Acrobatic rebound, and Leo, strong rebound on the offensive end of the floor for the Blue Devils. Into double digits now in terms of rebounds for Jack White in just 22 minutes as Hurt finishes once again.
The best scorer in practice. I mean, he's come alive in the second half, and most of it's been out of that elbow action. Just isoing him right there on that elbow and let him be a basketball player.
You mentioned the second half. Hurt just 2 for 4 from the field, 4 points in half number 1. Now he's up to 17 on 8 of 15 from the floor.
It's a great...
Yeah, you don't want it to happen necessarily, but you just...
That's the world we live in, bro.
Yep, no question about it. Long 3 there from Hawkins.
It's a 9-point game.
Throws with some game pressure. 9-point game. Hudgens spots up for 3 and jars it. 60 to play. Goldwire's fouled by Hudgens. And now Goldwire makes the first free throw.
Look, I said it right from the year, but this kid Trevor Hudgens is outstanding.
So 2 Goldwire there to extend this back to a 3-possession game. Hudgens finds Welty in the corner. The lefty hits another 3. Five-point margin with Stanley misses the first. Stanley makes the second. Still just a 2-possession.
Just switch it and force him to take a tough shot over the top. Nice job denying him the ball.
From nearly mid-court. Follow-away 3. Jones grabs the rebound, and that will finally do it. 69-63 the final. What an effort from last year's Division II champions.
An unbelievable effort. They're the favorites to... What a performance by Northwest Missouri State tonight.
Hudgens, as advertised, finished with 27, including 7 threes, 18 for Trey Jones, 17.